My name is Dean Rizzo, Executive Director, so I thank you for joining us today. It's an exciting day for the organization. Even though every day here is exciting in many different ways and many stories and great things that happen throughout the day, but this is really a special day to celebrate a lot of achievements over the past several months, and really the last couple of years, you could say. And I know some of you have been involved with the organization for decades, and it's a culmination. You know, it starts with one family in 1950s when we first organized as the Brockton area Arc to, where we are today, the Arc of Greater Brockton. And so many families and individuals in between that have built the type of organization that we have today. And we'll continue to build it long into the future. This is a great time at the Arc of Greater Brockton. You've seen some of the investments we've made, both recently in the last 2 years. We've invested approximately $1.2 million between the outside and on the inside improvements in all areas for the purpose of providing more space and opportunities for families. There's long waiting lists to come into facilities like ours that many of you well know, as well as to make the most inviting environment that we can for the families that are here and the participants that are here and the staff that are here. And that's where that investment has gone. And we haven't done it alone, and that's why some of you will be coming up shortly to say a few words. It really takes a collaborative effort to make it happen. That $2.2 million was not just our money, but it took support from a lot of individuals and organizations to make that happen. And we're not stopping with what we've done so far. We have other plans for the interior. And as many of you know, we're opening up a second location in Easton, about 10 minutes away on Turnpike Street. A smaller facility, 5,000 square feet, but that's going to be a combination of a day hab and a CBDF day program facility. We're doing some renovations to that now, and that should be open in the beginning of October. So it's really a great time for us, and we're all doing this, like I said, to help families provide opportunities. With the renovations at Day Hab, a tremendous improvement with expanded program space, which will allow us to bring 12 new families to the Arc of Greater Brockton. So we're excited about that. Some of you may be here that are on those waiting lists. We're going to be welcoming you in the next couple of weeks. We're ready. 12 doesn't sound like a lot, but if you're one of those families, that's a world of difference. And then hopefully in Easton, we're going to be welcoming about 35 new Day Hab families as well. But the improvements, not only program space, but most importantly, we expanded our nursing and healthcare facility in the Day Hab. We realized during COVID, we had one 10-by-10 office for two nurses, and that was it. With this addition and expansion, we expanded the administration space for nurses. We've added an isolation examination room and added their own bathroom. So when someone is ill, they really can be isolated from others if need be and get the proper care that they need. And that's very important to us, as well as the renovated bathrooms and things like that. So if you haven't been through, please take a walk through. And if you have, I hope you've been pleased with what you've seen. So thank you, most importantly, to those Day Hab participants that have been through this renovation with us for the past 4 months or so. This spot where I'm standing, we had a portable bathroom set up here for 4 months. A trailer that had 3 bathrooms in it that were used because our bathrooms were under renovation. Not an easy thing for folks in Day Hab to come out here and use the bathrooms to go back and forth. So we thank the families and participants for bearing with us during the renovations, and I hope at the end, it's like anything, you don't get a gain without any pain. We've been through some pain, but we have some really big gains to be happy about. So, and thank you to the staff and the board and everybody for bearing with this process, not only in the interior, but in the exterior improvements the last 2 years. I'm going to bring up a few folks to say a few words that really were instrumental in this process. Many are instrumental. Those that are not going to speak, I'd like to acknowledge is Greg Pando. Boy, I'm losing my voice already, I think. Greg Pando from Pando Architects is here. Greg has provided pro bono architectural services for all the work here, not only in Day Hab, but we did an addition for Redemption Center that's going to be open in about a month for enclosed area for customers to come through. And also with that, we're going to add a little retail store component to be able to sell some of the work that participants do and some of our great shirts and hats and things like that. We also did a new canopy system over the main entrance. We did that mainly to provide a weather protected area, so when the buses come to drop participants off and pick them up, folks aren't waiting inside or in the rain. They're all covered under weather protected elements to get right on the bus, so we felt that was very important. Also instrumental, it's been a great construction group to work with. Jim Balsamo Construction. I don't know if Jim's here, he was going to be here, but he did a great job. Money is the key to all this stuff, and I'd like to recognize Mass Development. They just helped us with the refinancing of our building. We were able to pull some money out to help do some of these improvements. And Mass Development was there 10 years ago when we first bought the building from the Kachiti family, who are here, who own East Surgical across the street. They used to own this building. And through them, we have this beautiful space, and Mass Development helped with that low interest financing at that time, and they came through again this time with some additional money. Joe Rivers from Mass Development is here. Thank you, Joe. And one other person I'd like to acknowledge, you see a lot of great artwork in the facility, both in the CBDS and the DayHab. We have a great collaboration with Brockton Arts, the City Art Association. They come 4 times a month and do art classes. And Mimi Desura, Mimi must be here. She's probably hiding. She doesn't like the limelight. But she really has a passion for art. She's really brought out that passion in many of our participants here, so we thank you, Mimi, for all that hard work. So first off, I'd like to bring up Jay Degrace, representing the Mayor's Office, City of Brockton, very supportive of our organization.
Hi guys, welcome. This beautiful night. There's not a cloud in the sky, so I'm glad. Welcome to the Arc. This is my first time. I'm lucky. This is my first time being here, and I got to tour this beautiful facility. And let me just say that the Arc, you guys are blessed to have such a beautiful facility, a beautiful director, Dean Rizzo. He's just remarkable. You guys are a remarkable partner for the city, and that's what it's all about. It's all about partnership and coming together. Nobody can do it alone. We all got to do it together. So, we really thank everybody for coming out, the BRA for being a great partner of ours, to the Arc for just being a huge instrument in our city for change, and just being able to make as much of a difference as they do. It's just phenomenal. So, they'll always have the support of the Mayor's Office and the city, and I just want to thank you for letting me say a few words up here, and have a good night, guys.
The Mayor's Office has been very supportive for the COVID relief and ARPA funds. They've given us about $150,000 over the last 2 years to help sustain us during this challenging time, so we thank you, the Mayor, for that as well. Another great supporter from the city is the Brockton Redevelopment Authority. They contributed $75,000 toward the DayHab renovation space and $100,000 last year through the exterior renovations that we did. And they have a new executive director, Nathalie, who is here tonight to say a few words.
Thank you for the welcome. I was just thinking about how when we're in the office and we're hearing and getting applications for these types of projects, we're thinking about eligibility, we're thinking about whether the project just fits the requirements, the regulations, we're thinking about laws and making sure that everything is done safely and in the ways that our funder wants. And in our case, it's U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. But in coming here tonight, all I see is the impact of the project and the life that it's really enlivened here. All of the smiles on the clients' faces, the joy on their faces, the arts on the walls, the new spaces that I see, and I even read about staff being hired, new staff being hired, so jobs being created, lunch shifts being you're shortened because you have new space and you're able to accommodate new people. So I'm so proud of this work. You know, I was not here with the agency when the work was approved, but just coming in here and seeing its impact and seeing who is benefiting from this work, I'm really proud and just really joyful. Just like the smiles I see, just like the walls, the beautiful art I see on the walls, and the beautiful just new spaces I see. I'm really joyful that we sponsored this project, and it's been so successful and so visibly successful. We'll be wanting to document this process, what the outcome has become, so that we take notes and we properly document what's been done here, because it's so beautiful. I want to thank Kelly from our staff, who is in charge of our public facilities projects. I know she worked very closely with me, and so I thank her for all the work that she's done. And so thank you for welcoming me. I really feel the impact, you know, just personally seeing the faces and the people that's been affected by the work. Thank you.
Thank you. Another important partner that helped with financing and a new banking partner with us at the Arc of Greater Brockton is South Shore Bank. We're pleased to have them, and pleased to have Jim Dunphy, President and CEO of South Shore Bank, that will come up to say a few words. They helped with our refinancing.
Thank you, Dean. It's great to see everyone. We're thrilled to be part of it.
There's a little height difference.
Little. So it's, as a community bank, we're really thrilled to be part of this. I want to give a shout out to Paul Moran, who is our commercial lender that worked on this. In walking through it, I can see that our money was used very wisely and well. Congratulations, and best to all the families that have been in. So thank you all.
Thank you.
I'm going to move it down just a little bit, very little, half an inch. Also a great partner of ours is the Arc of Massachusetts, that many of you know, for a variety of ways, and we're pleased to have Maura Sullivan here. She's the Senior Director of Government Affairs at the Arc of Massachusetts. And Maura, I'd like to come up and say a few words.
Keep that nice and low. Wow. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. It's just absolutely wonderful to celebrate with you all. And I love the facility. It looks so gorgeous. I think my favorite is the artwork for sure. Although I'm amazed at the beautiful nursing room, and outside I could go on. So it's fantastic. And it just really fills me with so much hope and inspiration for the families who really need this, who really need help. And Dean mentioned this, but there are really thousands of individuals across the state right now who don't have access to these kind of beautiful services and supports. And in fact, this year, at least 20 day programs closed or consolidated. So what you guys are able to kind of pull off here is really unique. I would say it's actually kind of magical. So thank you, because I know it takes a whole community, it takes incredible dedication. And I will say that the state budget is here to continue to support you. We had really good news this year from the state, and we had, I don't know if you heard, but to the tune of $200 million invested in day app programs. It translates to something around a 33% increase for our direct support people. So, that's pretty good news in terms of getting people in the door, recruitment, So we also saw some fantastic increases for the workforce, for community day and employment programs, and overall a 14% increase in the DDS budget. So I don't know if that means much to you, but that's a very large increase in 1 year. And it hit family support, and it hit residential and other really important programs. So thank you. I know many of you reached out to your legislators. This makes a huge difference, hearing your voice. We can really, I mean, they definitely heard our admittedly desperate cries for this money and this funding. And we got it, but we still have more work to do. So, also I just want to say, as a mom of 2 young men with autism, and one of them has pretty profound autism, I'm just so deeply grateful for the work that you're all doing every day, and for the commitment that you have to people with disabilities. So stay connected to the Arc for more advocacy, and I know with Dean and this incredible staff, you guys are going to have so much more success. So thank you so much.
I'm glad I got my hug in. You got a hug. I only got one in. Maura is right. That funding was instrumental, and most instrumental to those that work here. Our staff, many of them are out here. We're able to increase wages from 15 to 22% for everybody. Significant increase. Before that, starting wage here was $16.50 an hour. That is not what workers in this field should be getting for what they do every day to help participants. Now we're So we're not where we need to be, but we're a lot better than what we were. We're going to continue to get better, both with help from the state and with our own funds to continue to invest in staff. Next, I'd like to bring up from our board of directors. We have a few board members here today. We have Mark Patine, who I introduced earlier, at the microphone. Mark Zaid is here as well. Bob Mulboy is here as well. Phoenix Rosario, I think, is here. We have Dan Booth is here, right here in the white. And I think I got everybody. We have a small board, 10-person board, looking to expand. But they're a great board, very supportive of everything we're doing here and the investments that we're making. So Shaun Fitzgerald is on our board, and he's going to come up and say a few words about the
Dean asked me to say a few words. I'm not really in my repertoire, so give me the hook at some point. There's so much that's already been said about all the people who've been involved in making this place what it is, and we're kind of celebrating today the renovations of the buildings and how much nicer it looks than it did a while ago, but we have to also celebrate the people that made it happen. So you've already heard about the million here and the $500,000 there and the $250,000 there and the $100,000 there. That's very important. But your participation as recipients of our services, as board members, as employees, and as just friends of the Arc, very, very important. And I hope that will continue. Dean asked me to talk about this portion that they have because about 10 years ago, this building looked like the building behind you. It was very much an industrial building. From here over is the Dayhab facility. That had a dirt floor. That window over there was a ramp for a tractor trailer to back up to. And with 2 donations, one about $500,000 and another at about $250,000, each donated stock, appreciated stock, we were able to start this project. And this section, which right now has just been done over again, was the first part of this building that really got the uplift, that facelift that it needed. If you go into the reception of the redemption area, you'll see that's kind of an industrial look. The whole building was like that. And nobody knew what we did. We didn't have the signage that we have. The philosophy of all of our supporters at the state and federal level was sheltered workshops. And the state in particular has said, if you want the money, you have to get these people out into the community. Get them to be appreciated by the general public for what they can do and what they do. And there are many people who come to the Redemption Center and see how hard these people work, how diligent they are, how they show up every day and do a job that many of us would probably not want to do ourselves, but they do it very, very well. And that is one of our, if you will, sheltered services. But these people gain work skills and then they gain confidence to go out and work in the public. And if you talk to any of the people who work here and work outside, you'll hear that they learned how to do it here. They felt supported, they felt that things were going right in their life. And like I said, I could talk forever. I'm going to stop now. But I'm very, very impressed with what has happened in the last 50 years. The last few years under Dean have been tremendous. The years before that with Jay Lynch, also tremendous. Got every program, almost every program was initiated by Jay. And Dean has done a fabulous job of letting the world know what we do and how we do it. And like I said, people would drive by here and say, what do you do? And now they know. The Arc of Massachusetts and the Arc of the United States started the branding campaign, and everyone knows what the Arc is. I think that's pretty impressive. Dean mentioned very briefly that we've got a good board. I'm way beyond retirement age. Bob is way well beyond retirement age. A lot of us have served on this board too long. We're looking for board members. We're looking for people who care. We're looking for people who understand the city, understand the situation of people who need services, and hopefully we'll find some in this crowd or among the friends that you know who understand the situations that these people need support through. And together we can grow this organization better and better.
Another great supporter and partner with us is the state, the Department of Developmental Services. We work closely with the Brockton area office daily with Beth, Moran, Luizzo, and her team. And many of the team are here tonight, but I'd like to bring Beth up to say a few words.
All right, well, thank you, first of all, Dean, for inviting me to be here. I actually never miss an opportunity to speak when Dean asks me to, but I'm running out of superlatives. So all I can say today is wow, right? Walking into the building, and I've actually been around a very long time, and I remember when Jay Lynch was young. So I've worked with Jay for many, many years, and Jay had a great vision and certainly did begin a lot of what is happening today. But it has been an extreme pleasure to work with Dean over the past couple of years, and to see his vision actually come into play, and to know the commitment of the employees that work here, the folks that work here. It's not a job, it really isn't. I mean, this is really a commitment to support the individuals that we all are here to support, and it starts at the top, and Dean has led that in a wonderful way. But physically, this plant is absolutely beautiful. This building is incredible. Years ago, it wasn't necessarily a showplace, as people have said. But in the past year or so, parents are calling our office and they're talking to our service coordinators and they're saying, you know what, we've heard about the Arc. We want to go and visit. We want to see what they have to offer. And it's not just the physical plant, but that does make it appealing. When you walk in and you see how warm and inviting and colorful, and it's just awesome. But what makes it alive are the people that attend here on a daily basis and the people that work with them on a daily basis. And if all of you have an opportunity to just talk to the folks, to talk to the families, to talk to the people who work here, you'll just see the life that's in this building every single day. So we cherish the partnership that we have with Dean and with the Arc. Maura, you mentioned the development. It is incredible. You know, nobody else is stepping up to the plate and saying, we can do more. And I know we had some meetings with the board, and the board was a little nervous, you know, and we said, no, you build it and they will come. And they will, and they are, and they will continue to do so. So I won't hold you any longer on this beautiful night, but again, special thanks to Dean, special thanks to the board, to the employees of the Arc, to the families, and most importantly to the people that we're here to support. Thank you all, and best wishes for the future.
I'd like to just wanted to just acknowledge a couple members of the leadership team tonight. The director of family support and the day hab is Nelson Cordero right here in the blue. We also just promoted Tina Patricelli, who's here as assistant director of the day hab. Director of Community-Based Day Supports, Rosalie Balzaro. And Director of Employment Services, I don't see him, but Adam Belmore. Is Adam still here? I'll tell him I mentioned his name. He'll want that. And now I'm pleased to bring up Barbara Kachiti, representing the Kachiti family. Longtime supporters of the organization. As mentioned, they have Ace Surgical across the street. They used to own the building here. Her late husband who just passed away, sadly, not too long ago, Dr. Kachidi, a tremendous supporter, and Barbara of the organization. Raymond Carchidi, who this part of the building is named after, the Raymond Carchidi Center for Wellness, where it hosts our day hab facility. Great supporters over the years. Great supporters upon his death with so much memorial donations, and Barbara just gave me a significant donation tonight on behalf of the family to continue to support our work.
You may have to give me the hook. I'm going to take you through Raymond's life. So Raymond George Carchidi was born on June 14, 1937. He was taken home as a newborn to a loving family of 3 brothers and 1 sister. Raymond aged out of the school system in Brockton at the age of 20. It was 1957. And so thankfully in 1957, Arc was already existent for people like Raymond, because where would he go, right? So now we're in 1967, and I came, and that's when I started. I was Raymond's Uber driver. So every day I would pick Raymond up, and I would drive him from West Ashland Street to the Walkover Club. There was a little building behind the Walkover Club, and that's where Arc started. That's where Brockton started. So it was right by the Salisbury River. So every time it rained hard, it flooded. So then we would muck out the building and we would start over again. And so when Ray was born, Ed was 3 years old. And he was devoted to his baby brother. And he always wanted to do whatever was good for Ray. So that's how he became super involved, because we needed a place for Raymond. And in the spirit of Ed, he put his time, effort, and resources into establishing a permanent, safe place for Raymond to be. Not by the Salisbury River, but by Route 24, very convenient. So we're all here today at 1250 West Chestnut Street, and just want to congratulate each and every one of you, and Dean, what a fantastic job you've done. unbelievable. Congratulations and best wishes to one and all. Thank you.
I just realized we got a very pretty group. No one's looking this way, so let me take a quick group picture if I could. If you want to wave, you can, but thank you all for coming. So thank you all for coming. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a little ribbon cutting ceremony right out here. We got the big scissors, we got the ribbon, so those that said a few words in the Kachiti family, if you want to step up in front of these doors, some members of the board, and if there's a couple others that want to be on the edge, feel free without everybody.